You know, it's Friday. I'm getting ready to go on vacation Sunday, and I think it's time for a little bit of retail therapy. I've got a little Kohl's cash because I made some purchases last month, or maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks back. And now I can go spend my Kohl's cash, and I think I'm going to go buy some more comfy shoes. So recently I've been wearing a lot of Hey Dudes, which are fine. But I got some comfort Vans, and those have been really, really awesome for me. So I need to go back and get a few more pair of the comfort Vans. They're really great shoes. And when you're an aging old man like me, good shoes are very important. So the Tesla's driving us from my house to Kohl's, and we're going to pick up some shoes, and I'm going to bring you finally in the store with me with my new little toy. I have a body cam, little hidden body cam, the DJI Osmo Nano. No, it's not an Osmo, it's just a DJI Nano. Yeah. So I'm going to bring that with, film a little bit inside the store, stealthily of course, and then we'll upload the footage and we'll make a vlog out of it. There's going to be an entire vlog about me buying shoes at Kohl's. Can you believe that? The drive to it, the parking, the strapping on of the little camera, the walking in. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Because I wonder if anybody at Kohl's is going to be like, you can't film in Kohl's. That's what my biggest fear about recording stuff is, are people going to allow me to do it in public places? Because on my other channel, I'm very much not allowed to film, because I film casino and slot play on my other channel, and you have to get express written permission to film in their casinos, which actually now I have permission at several casinos, which is amazing. I never thought I'd see the day, but because I got over 5,000 subscribers, I think, and a few million views on my shorts on that channel, I think now that casinos are finally willing to take me seriously. So I've got permission here locally at Virginia Live, and then I'm working on Caesars Danville, which I think is pretty much a lock. And then I'm officially a Hard Rock partner with the Tampa Hard Rock in Florida, and probably by next week Hollywood, Florida, and Atlantic City. Now if the Atlantic City thing comes through, we're going to be filming a lot of content in Atlantic City, especially at the Hard Rock. That place is so awesome. If you've never been to the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, I highly suggest that you go there. They have great hosts, great restaurants. The property is really, really good. And the location is prime. You have ocean right beside you, resorts on the other side, and then you can walk down the boardwalk just a ways and get to some really, really good casinos. There's a guy standing on the side of the road right there with a bicycle on the bridge, making bird posture and yelling at the creek. I wish I had filmed that. Wow. That was very interesting. Also, there's a bunch of police at the Hampton Inn. Can't imagine what's happening at the Hampton Inn that's so important or interesting that a whole fleet of Hanover County Sheriff need to be there, but something's happening. Some more sheriffs over here at Walmart. Wow, cool. All right. So we're going to be arriving at Kohl's very soon. I'm excited to go get me some. I sound so strange sometimes. I don't understand my own language sometimes. I'm going to go get me some shoes. Like, why would I say? I wouldn't normally say that. I think maybe long ago I would have spoken like that. Sorry about that cough. Yeah, long ago I would have said something like that, but today it just doesn't feel right. When as soon as it leaves my mouth, I'm thinking, why'd you say that? Why did it come out like that? I guess there's some things you just can't shake. But anyway, I'm very excited to go get myself some new shoes. There we go. That sounded proper. And then I'll take them on the cruise with me, and I won't wear them because I'll just wear the same pair of Hey Dudes that I always wear. Also, here's a pro tip. If you go on a cruise, never bring Crocs. Wearing Crocs on a cruise ship is like wearing ice skates, because the second that you see any water and you walk through any water, your feet are coming out from underneath the end. That's the end of it. That is the end of it. Yeah. Well, this red light is taking much longer than I thought it was going to. I'm getting all kinds of emails. This phone here caused me a lot of distress with all the people contacting me all the time, and I like those times where I can just shut that phone off and forget about everything. I really like when I'm on stage. Like on Sundays when I have to play in the worship band at church. I get there at 6:30. We rehearse from 7 to 8. And then I play all 3 services. The 8 a.m., the 9:30, the 11:15. I'm playing all those services. And during that time, I don't have to look at my phone. I don't have to think about anything. My family's at the church. I'm at the church. I'm just kind of like disconnected at that point, which I love. When I go on cruises, because of the nature of my business, by the way, Tesla almost crashed just now because of sun glare. I need to get the camera cleaned. Which, by the way, if you don't have a Tesla, one of the annoying things that you have to deal with sometimes if you use full self-drive is if your there's this camera up here. I'll show it to you, but I don't feel like grabbing the camera from here. But this camera here, also, it likes to drive in potholes. You see that? This camera up here gets like foggy and stuff. So you have to get it cleaned, and of course you can't do it yourself because it's like encapsulated, and you can't do it yourself. So you have to go to a Tesla dealership to get it cleaned. I mean, there's a YouTube video that shows you how to do it yourself, but I would never. Regular cars, sure, but on a Tesla, I have never taken my Tesla apart. Forget it. But anyway, because of the nature of my business, when I'm on a cruise, I just can't disconnect. There's too much riding on me paying attention to what's going on with the business, as I'm sure like any business owner deals with, you know. There's just so much that you have to be aware of, and you can't really seem to ever disconnect in this business I'm in. But guess what? It's totally worth it, because it also allows me to work remotely from just about anywhere on planet Earth. And I make a good living and take care of my family. I enjoy the people that I work with. So I have no complaints. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this metallic pendant on. I guess I should have put it over my head first. This magnetic, not metallic. I don't know what I was thinking there. This magnetic pendant, and then look, we pop our little camera off of here. And then this comes on. This is my remote monitor. And then look, click, clip, we're on. So that's it. That's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you off, and I'm going to switch to this camera, and then we'll go inside. Well, guess what, everybody? We're in there, and we're going into Kohl's. Did you see that? Did you see up my nose? Up my nose is crazy, by the way. But anyway, let's go in here and see if we can find some shoes with my Kohl's cash. That'd be awesome. Oh boy, where is the men's stuff? I think we're here. I need to stay focused and make sure I don't buy anything that I don't need, which for me is an impossibility. But today's the day. I already bought these. I already have these. These are ugly. I do like these. How much are they? Yeah, I think we have to have those, right? And look, the very bottom pair is in my size. It's a wrap. Now I would get these, but my buddy Alex has these, so I can't. Okay, I think we're good. Can't imagine anything else I need. Let's make sure that we have it. Yep. They look good to me. Okay. Well, that was too easy. Now all we have to do is pay for this. Which shouldn't be difficult, I hope. Well, let's open up our Kohl's app. Heck yeah. Well, let me get out of the way. I don't want to film anyone that doesn't want to be filmed. Yay, I got new shoes. I've really been wanting this pair. I have the gray pair of these and they were really comfortable and they last me a long time. So now the black one, having the black pairs, it's gonna be great. Okay. Whoa. All right, let's switch cameras again. Okay. Okay. Well, that went well. I got the shoes. That nice young lady didn't want to be on camera. Well, actually, she didn't mind being on camera. She just didn't want to get uploaded to the internet, which I totally get. I will remove her from the footage. You have to be very respectful, okay? If you're going to be, out here filming in the wild in public and you have an interaction with a person, especially in a private business, on the street, it's fair game, right? There's no expectation of privacy on the street in public. But if you're inside of a business or, someplace that there isn't a level or expectation of privacy, it's always good to ask somebody, or let them know at least, hey, I'm filming this. Do you mind? And they'll say yes or no. Or they'll say something else. Anyway. Where should we go now? I know. Let's go see the boys. Now, one thing, excuse me, one thing that I love, and I mean I do love, is a fine cigar. All right? It's my worst vice. A lot of people would argue that my worst vice is gambling or having a little drink every now and then, but no. I'm an everyday cigar smoker. I do not recommend it, do not promote it, but there's just something about a stogie that just really calms me down. Just really, really calms me down. I kind of want to do one outside so I don't get my clothes all smoky, but I do have a few things that I can work on today. I'm trying to get a little bit more organized in my content creation business, the the gambling and slot stuff. So I have to build a spreadsheet with every casino that we have permission at, every casino that we are pending permission at, you know, the contact information for all these different marketing directors and PR people and promo departments and all these different properties to see what we can and can't film. I know a couple of properties came back and said, hey, you know, you can't film your slot play, but you can film travel, you know, lifestyle stuff. I mean, I don't really do that, you know, but maybe I could. I don't know. I'm also doing a cruise channel because I cruise so much. I figure I should probably turn that into content also. I think my channel's called Cruisin' and Schmoozin', which is a very cool name, I think, because I cruise and I schmooze with the other passengers. You know, we make friends. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. Well, that was me going to get a pair of shoes. I do hope you enjoyed coming with me to get a pair of shoes. These are mundane little things, but, you know, uploading these and putting them on the internet for myself to reference later, I like it. I like it. So,